When people like your own parliamentary spokesman describe you as the woman to whom the gods have entrusted the destiny of India, what's your reaction?
I haven't even heard
Remind
this
you of
phrase.
someone?
Oh, yes, I was like, what? No.
But when a fire is raging, you can't be function as if you were in a drawing room. We don't, I suppose, hate for long or intensively, but chiefly I think because the background
My
that Mr. Gandhi gave us.
Instagram comments disagree.
And I told everybody I wouldn't stand. But here I am.
Like, this is a thing that keeps happening with the Gandhi family, na? Like, after a resounding defeat, they're like, मैं नहीं करने का है.
हाँ मेरे को नहीं करेगा exactly.
And then the entire party, अरे सर आप नहीं करोगे तो क्या होगा, पार्टी नहीं चलेगा, आपका नाम से तो चल रहा है पार्टी. They're like, अच्छा.
I'll put it this way, you have said in the past that you wanted to make India a secular democracy in which minorities could live at peace.
Amazing question to ask in 1953.
Yeah.
Amazing question to ask right now.
Actually, just give it 70 more years.
Yeah, just
Do you have a successor in Congress? Do you have a successor in the opposition?
they immediately cut to like these back shots of like Indira Gandhi coming in.
Yeah.
वो आ गई
Don't.
एंड अगर मोदी जी हार रहे हैं तो जेपी नड्डा आ जाते हैं वहां पे.
Correct.
जेपी नड्डा वहीं पे बैठे उसी के लिए बेसिकली कि फोटो आ जाएगा हारते हुए time.
Impact sub.
In fact, sir.
But it's no impact sub actually.
Dude, the plot lines are just like insane. Like we went from like Nehru to Indira to Kangana Ranaut to what is happening in this video. Exploding my brain a little bit. Hello nerd friends, welcome to another episode of Make Nerd Reacts. You know, there are two kinds of leaders in this world. One is like a democrat, statesman type. You know, when you meet them, you're like, I want to hang out with this person. I want to go grab a beer, talk about world politics and society, and you know, because it's enjoyable to hang out with nice democratic people, right? Then there is the second kind, who is the authoritarian, megalomaniac, dictator types, right? When you meet them, you're like, stop looking at me like that and please don't throw me in jail. So today I thought we should introduce ourselves to two of these leaders, and I'm not going to spoil it for you. I mean, वो thumbnail ने spoil कर ही दिया होगा, but still I want to keep the suspense alive as long as possible because I want my fellow reactionary to also talk about this phenomenon that we are going to sort of dissect today. Please say hello to Azim Baratwala, our newest reactionary on the Make Nerd channel. Welcome.
Hello. Very nice to be here. First time I've ever been referred to as a reactionary. This is a new achievement in my life.
Yes, everyone who comes here gets tagged as a reactionary. You know, why should Modi ji only label people? No, so
Correct.
Yeah. So Azim, for the very few people who don't know you, please
there are
introduce
lots.
yourself.
So I am a stand-up comedian. Yeah, I think that's all I want to be at this point because I have been given other identities: content creator, influencer. This I was like, no, I just want to do comedy now. So that's why I have downsized my life. I have moved to a small city and I am enjoying myself.
And you moved to Goa, no, recently?
Yes.
Ah, very nice. Because you retired basically. You're living a retired life.
Yeah, living a retired life until money runs out and I have to start working again.
That's true. It's a good way to live life. You know, Azim, tell me, what do you think we are doing today?
I believe we're going to be watching a couple of old videos, old interviews. I believe we're going to be watching some interviews of Jawaharlal Nehru, which for me is very fascinating because, see, most of the information I've received about Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru has come through our Prime Minister. And I find it amazing that Pandit Nehru had the time to even do TV interviews with all the, concessions he was doing to Muslims. Like, where did he find 30 minutes of not appeasing Muslims to go to the UK and do an interview? So it's very fascinating to see what he was talking about.
Very true, very true. And after that, we are also going to introduce ourselves to the other kind of leader. So again, the introduction was that there is a democratic leader, there is this dude on your
Yes.
screen who we both I think mutually agree that
Yeah.
we would like to
Pretty
hang
cool
out
dude.
with this fellow. Because we were texting, no, Azim, and you were like, yeah, he seems cool.
Yeah, it seems like the kind of guy. As I said, like obviously, I think we'll watch the video, and
Yeah.
then people will also get that feeling of, hey, this guy's pretty chill,
Yeah,
pretty nice.
yeah.
And then there's the other side of the coin.
Yeah, who is his own daughter.
Yes.
Indira Gandhi. So I was like, अरे इतनी variety एक family में और कहाँ मेल
It's
मिलेगी?
beautiful, dude.
It's beautiful. And then now it seems like his family is coming full circle with like today I was watching Rahul Gandhi taking oath, okay, and he's holding up the constitution like this, and in the end he's like Jai Samvidhan and all, right?
I, Rahul Gandhi, having been elected a member of the House of the People, do solemnly affirm that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and that I will faithfully discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter. Jai Hind, Jai Samvidhan.
Full circle आ गए ये लोग.
This is House of the Dragon, no?
Yeah. House of the Dragon.
We're skipping 4 generations and we're seeing the cycle of psyche and psychology changing.
Yeah.
It's quite fascinating.
And we have decided to do only 2 today. Not the other generations.
Yeah. That will be in the next book.
Yeah, that will be in the next. Yeah, that will be in the next book. Which is there are like interviews. As you were saying, your algorithm has been spoiled now because of this.
Fully, dude.
And one of the things it keeps showing me is Rajiv Gandhi's full interview. I was like, भाई हाँ मतलब वो भी है एक.
Yeah, there's so many. I started getting served Rahul Gandhi first interview.
Yeah.
Which is also the thing is that now you're like you're in this universe. You're like चलो अभी बैठ के देख ही लेते हैं.
हाँ. Did you see any of the others?
Again, I started a few here and there, and I was like, listen, मतलब मैं इतना भी retired नहीं हूँ कि I can spend my entire day doing this.
But it is a rabbit hole that has
Full,
opened up.
complete
Yeah.
rabbit hole.
And you know, the fascinating thing is because honestly, I have also been doing that. When I saw this first interview, which was a few days ago, and later I saw it today again. मेरा भी वही हो रहा है कि मुझे भी वही recommend कर रहा है. फिर मैंने भी ये भी देख लेते हैं, वो भी देख लेते हैं कर के. I was just going down deeper and deeper into the BBC archives rabbit hole for some bizarre reason. And then when you sent me the Indira Gandhi interview, I was like, अरे ये तो देखा, अरे भाई ये तो मजा आएगा, तो चल वो भी करते हैं.
This is like that meme now. What my girlfriend thinks I'm doing, what I'm actually doing.
It's true.
Just watching Rahul Gandhi videos.
This is where I put edit points. यहाँ पे से suddenly आ जाएगा वो meme. Okay, audience meme आएगा अभी. Let us start, Azim. Let us start.
Yeah, let's
but
go.
before I start, why don't you tell me your emotions, current emotions after our historic day, June 4th?
My current emotion is that I was like, आज DJ यात्रा के लिए sign up कर लेते हैं. Legit, it was like at least 5 साल तक तो मेरे को नहीं मारेंगे एयरपोर्ट पे, you know. It's like I'll give my data for 5 years now. You know, I had legit been like, no, I will not give DJ Yatra because at some point there will be some impending genocide and then they will track me as I'm escaping from the airport. So I was like, no, now 30 days I will give. We'll see what happens for 30 days. Then we'll see.
If you would have ever spoken to me, I would be like, Azim, तेरा आधार कार्ड तो है ना? Already दे चुके हैं हम हमारी virtual जान.
Exactly.
देश
I was like,
के जान
just
को.
my face is left because see, my Aadhaar card face is not me as it is for most people.
Fair
Like
enough.
if they try to catch that, they'll be like, ये किसी के ये इसका भाई है,
Fair
चलो इसको
enough.
जाने दो.
Guys, this is Jawaharlal Nehru's first TV appearance. It is from the BBC
Ever.
archives. And this is from June 1953.
This week, more than perhaps ever before, our thoughts are on Asia. And we have the exceptional good fortune to have in the studio tonight one of Asia's most prominent statesmen, the Prime Minister of India. Mr. Nehru, I am extremely grateful to you for coming here, and I speak on behalf of us here and on behalf of the wider public who are watching us. I'm particularly grateful as I believe this is your very first appearance on television.
This is the first time I'm facing this ordeal. In fact, I know very little about television, except what I've heard about it.
Well, I would like to introduce to you, if I may, the people who are, I hope, going to make this not such a bad ordeal after all. Sitting on my left is Kingsley Martin, the editor of the New Statesman and Nation, and beyond him is H.V. Hodson, the editor of the Sunday Times, and at the end, to ask the first question, is Donald McLaughlin, the foreign editor of The Economist.
That is such a like meme.
Yeah. Yeah,
That he is a GIF, that man.
that face.
The editor of the Sunday
But
Times.
you know, I was
and
watching
at
this.
the end,
and
to
I
ask
was
the
like, this looks familiar, doesn't it? Like ये आज तक का panel लग रहा है मुझे. Like 4 white men. Instead of these 4 white men, there is Rahul Kanwal, Sudhir Chaudhary, Papa Ki Pari, and the other Papa Ki Pari. I don't like Shweta. Shweta.
Until today.
Yeah, until today, yes, until today. But you know, the fascinating thing is that when I saw these 4 people, I was like, अरे ये तो मतलब वैसे ही इंटरव्यू होने वाला है जो मोदी जी का हुआ था types. But they counter question him really hard throughout this.
Yeah, and I quite like, you know, I mean, there is a certain, I don't know how to say this, just humanity to Nehru as he answers the questions, where a lot of times he's just like, fine, नहीं पता यार मेरे को. मतलब just because मैं prime minister हूँ doesn't mean I know everything about the world. You know,
That's
it's just,
true.
अभी मेरे को नहीं पता है. Next question.
That's true.
Prime Minister, when you return to India, people will be asking you what you thought of the coronation. What are you going to tell them?
Well, I'll have to tell them a great deal, but principally that it's very impressive in many ways. The most impressive thing to me was, apart from it being a great spectacle, were the crowds here and the way they behaved. And one begins to like more and more the London crowds and their fortitude in inclement weather.
I was wondering if there was anybody outside the airport like screaming, Nehru, Nehru. London crowd.
Yeah, the London crowd. It's just also it's just like your South Delhi is showing a little. You know, it's like तुम इतना अच्छा well behaved लोग हैं इधर.
Yes.
तुम बिल्कुल दंगा नहीं किया. So nice.
He comes off as a guy who would really enjoy watching this reaction video, honestly.
Dude, I was just gonna say, in fact, like I would love to see the swap
Yeah.
where Modi is interviewed by these guys and Akshay Kumar is showing Nehru memes. I would want to see that video.
Yeah.
Because him doing reaction video to himself, I think would be quite fun. Also, just you can tell that it's his first time on television, because there is no sense of, okay, I have to behave a certain way because I'm on camera.
Yeah.
Where like even if you watch him throughout, वो ऐसा बैठ के बात कर रहा है. Like, you know, it's just like he's just having a chat. Because now when, like even for us, when we are on camera, there is a certain degree of, I'm on camera, I have to be a certain way. I cannot necessarily just speak to you the way I would speak to you in like common conversation. There's a certain body language or whatever that you have to show. But for him, he's just like this guy who's just like, chalo, theek hai. These guys are just asking me questions.
He opened with saying that I don't understand the medium, which is true. I mean, like TV was very new, 1953. So they didn't know, they had no format. It's basically YouTube during that time. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of the times, like even at the end, you'll see he's like, thank you for listening. He still hasn't registered कि ये visual medium hai.
Yeah.
Mr. Nehru, we all understand very well indeed why India decided to be a republic within the Commonwealth. What I think is a remarkable thing is why there is so little resentment in India towards the British in view of our past history.
This question is very legit, and it was very surprising also, because in my head, we got independence and there was like everybody who was hating on the British. But he seems to be thinking that the Indians don't hate the British.
Like, why do they not hate us enough?
Yes, exactly. Like he's confused. Why do you guys not hate us? We have literally tortured you for years, no decades.
Yeah.
No, actually, century.
It seems to us India is a most wonderfully magnanimous country. Can you explain this remarkable phenomenon of forgiveness?
I've never
Well,
heard. I've never
partly-
heard anybody describe India as a magnanimous country before.
Yeah, like I don't see forgiveness much at all. Like maybe in 1953. Also, I think it's a little bit of assumption on their side ki, "Arey, we have been forgiven."
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like you're basing this assumption on, like, it's not like there was social media. It's not like there was proper any televised footage coming from India for them to be like what the actual person on the ground is saying. Again, it's almost like self-aggrandizing in
It
themselves
is.
in a way कि अरे हम लोग तुम लोग को इतना oppress किया,
हाँ.
इतना oppress किया, तुम लोग को कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ा, ऐसा क्या? Did we not oppress you enough? It's them कि अरे shit, we didn't oppress them enough. We should have oppressed them.
So I've been like obsessing over Occam's razor, right? Which is the simplest explanation, is the most likely. My theory here is that, you know, Nehru and these four gentlemen, they met before the camera started rolling, and they go, "Hello, Mr. Prime Minister," whatever, and someone was like, "Do you hate me now?" And Nehru was like, no, why would we hate you? We are okay with whatever is there, कुछ तो भी platitudes बोल दिया होगा. And that became a question then.
Yeah.
We don't, I suppose, hate for long or intensively, but chiefly I think because the background that Mr.
My
Gandhi gave us.
Instagram comments disagree. There is prolonged hate from
many
anonymous
YouTube
accounts.
comments under this will disagree. It's like, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you call us a magnanimous country and we don't hate for long? मैं दिखाता है तेरे को.
Like, you see, next year I will be here, same comment.
Who is watching this in 2027 and still hates Nehru?
Yes, that's going to be top comment 2027. Still hate.
Still hate. I've been hating for too long.
But chiefly I think because the background that Mr. Gandhi gave us during all these past decades.
After all, you were in prison yourself 16 years, and you don't seem to have any resentment about it at all. We might almost be popular people in India.
And see, this is what I mean. Like, the Kuret ke, why don't you hate me?
Yeah.
16 saal
Like,
tujhe
we
jail mein
put
dala.
you inside. Why you still, how you're like this?
Oh, like I
Because
can. Yeah,
I
go.
think the yoga had not reached them yet. no?
That's true. That's true. I was thinking अगर केजरीवाल बाहर आएंगे कभी तो भी आज उनका बेल फिर से कैंसिल हो गया as expected. So it's like Justice Niyaya Bindu, who had given him bail yesterday, a few days ago, she had written in her judgment saying that like I'm just doing what the Chief Justice asked and I'm giving bail because it is the lower court's duty, pendency कम करना, etc, whatever.
Yeah.
Then ED rushed there and said कि ऐसे कैसे तुमको bail दे देंगे, and high court में argue करने लगे. So today in the high court she was reprimanded, man. Like they literally are like कुछ perverse है इसके order में वगैरह वगैरह. So I was imagining like one day like Kejriwal coming out and one of these Godi types interviewing me कि do you not hate them? You were in jail for 3 months. This guy was in jail for 16 years.
When do you think Kejriwal actually gets out? Now they've given 3 more days, no?
हाँ स्टे लगा है उस पे. मुझे लगता है सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाएगा अभी फिर से. एंड आई थिंक चीफ जस्टिस विल लूज इट दिस टाइम बिकॉज चीफ जस्टिस बोला कि अरे मैंने बोला था उसको बेल देने के लिए, उसने दे दिया, तुझे क्यों बीच में आना था? लाइक हो गया ना.
It's just hilarious. Like there's so many rehearings and so much court time dedicated to this. When you see that reporting that there's 85,000 pending cases.
Yes.
All of you, हम लोग केजरीवाल को डिले करने के लिए 3 घंटा और लेंगे.
Exactly.
I think it's a good thing for a person to go to prison for a short while.
And to be Prime Minister for 7 years. I was going to ask, looking back on those 7 years and remembering all the hopes that were expressed at the time when India gained her independence, do you feel that they have been years of satisfactory achievement, or have you disappointments, Prime Minister?
Both. I think we have certainly achieved much. And there has also been a lack of achievement. We haven't done what we wanted to do. So it's both satisfactory and unsatisfactory.
Could you elaborate?
उसका language ये एकदम ही I can't place it, like the accent that he has. This satisfactory and not satisfactory.
Yeah, it has that little it's like the old colonial British but combined with it's like I don't know if it's a reference you'll get, it's early Anuvab Pal accent.
Yes, correct. It was like very niche reference and I can't believe I got that, but yeah.
So I was like, there'll be few people who will be like, yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's
Southall accent.
Southall accent. Yeah.
Now that we've said Southall and all, it's like right now I'm just imagining Nehru in that video of those two uncles arguing, you bloody, you bastard. Imagine Nehru and Gandhi having that fight.
Edit point, edit point.
Why you get frightened?
Why? Are you crazy?
Fine,
You are
you bloody, you bloody bastard bitch, you bloody.
I'll put it this way, you have said in the past that you wanted to make India a secular democracy in which minorities could live at peace. Now, do you feel, I regard that as one of your principal objectives, do you feel that you have achieved that religious fanaticism is gone down now? Do you feel on top of that problem?
Amazing question to ask in 1953.
Yeah.
Amazing question to ask right now.
Actually, just give it 70 more years.
Yeah, just
Same.
same. ये जो word है इसको गाली बना के छोड़ेंगे लोग.
On top of it, but I can't say that we've put an end to it, and we have to face it even now often enough, but the last elections showed that the Indian people generally don't like it.
And
again.
So again, this applies exactly right now. Yeah, the last election showed that the people generally don't like. Agreement.
Generally speaking, yeah.
Generally
Little bit peace is generally preferred.
Just generally,
Slightly underrated.
yeah. You know, the thing I was thinking about, and this is such a normal sentiment, no, to express कि लोगों को peace पसंद है.
And again, it's just that base honesty of अभी देख भाई पूरा तो नहीं निकल सकते जितना हम लोग कर सकते थे हम लोग try कर रहे हैं. Whereas again, like for us right now, there's this thing of how can we admit any fault in on the global stage कि अरे कुछ है ही नहीं religious intolerance, तू होगा intolerant, तेरी माँ intolerant, हम लोग best.
You see, he's like, yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. We're dealing with it, sort of. Yeah. So this is lost, and this is why I think he's it statesman, right? Which is like, अगर बोला पूछा कि what do you ever? He's like, हाँ है problem है, but you know, generally people don't like it. We're dealing with it in the best way possible.
But also, I suppose you can't really get away with saying that kind of stuff now. Like even as a leader, as a statesman, if you try to say that now, given that this is like an isolated interview that would air maybe 2 or 3 times on the BBC and like a very select number of people would see it, whereas over here everything can be clipped, taken short out of context.
Yeah,
literally, world leader says, "अरे कुछ नहीं हो सकता है."
In view of all these circumstances, the caste divisions, the economic poverty of India, and the contrast between riches and poverty in India, isn't communism given a great opportunity there? And isn't it a real
great
danger that it
insight
will...
actually that actually communism probably could have been like India, I think could have been very close to going down a path of communism, given that the political circumstances were very fertile for it at that time.
in fact, most of the interview is about this. Did you realize? So
because it's post World War II again, right? कि we
exactly.
defeated communists. कहीं तू तो communist नहीं बन गया.
Yeah, and you know this thing I had read, I think was it in India After Gandhi or one of these books I had read about how the British really liked to lecture during that time, right? With the Western gaze, etc. Actually, Nehru also calls it out at one point in the interview. I was thinking that I think it must have blown their mind a bit when India was actually formed, because they were looking at it very curiously, because there were like these doubts, right? कि अरे इतना diverse country एक साथ कैसे आएगा type जो doubt था. And also they immediately went into like this Western lecture mode, you know, which is उस time पे after World War II, obviously everybody was like, oh my god, communism is the enemy. So फिर they are worried कि newly liberated ऐसे ही fertile ground for communism क्या ही हो सकता है इसका.
I don't know if it's just the lack of self-awareness, but the way they're asking कि ये जो problems हम लोग ने create किया था ना पिछले 100 साल से, वो तूने solve क्यों नहीं किया अभी तक? अरे तूने किया ना, मैं 60 साल ही किया अभी तक. Give me 100 more years.
Yeah, that's actually true. You know, like the divide and rule and all, and you know, like all the
You're
divisions.
talking about religious division, but you only started it, no?
Yeah. Also partition, boss. Like the main thing that you guys did was partition, and it's like, oh, have you solved that problem?
It's like a viva they're taking.
When you talk about communism, well, you may mean many things. You may mean a vague communistic appeal, which has considerable effect. But if you talk about the Communist Party as such and its functioning, then it's a very limited appeal.
I think what we mean, Prime Minister, is that communism, by its ruthlessness and speed, produces economic results, so it seems, faster than the democratic system. Is that your view in India?
Communism produces faster results. I was thinking, How?
Even I was just thinking that. Like, I was literally going to ask you, like, do you? So, see, the thing is that there is communism, and then there is dictatorship masked as communism.
Yeah.
Which, of course, can create massive economic results because you can skew numbers very easily by rich becoming richer, poor becoming poorer. How many truly communist but not dictatorial states? Like, is there a
I feel like so
successful
during that they were obviously referring to the USSR. Matlab, that was their
100%.
peak communist
And of course,
empire.
China they're talking about in this
But
context.
China was not that great during that time economically also. So
Correct.
they were clearly looking at Russia and Soviet Union during that time.
And this is very Cold War-ish period, no? At this point anyway.
So their example is Russia, like USSR during that time. And that is what the Soviet Russia and all is what they're thinking of. According to them, Soviet Russia has progressed faster because of their communist ideology. But actually it was a dictatorial regime that was underway there. So थोड़ा सा concepts में problem है sir के. ऐसे लग रहा है मुझे अभी in hindsight.
It's like they're still
75-year hindsight.
It's like they're still using those early 2010s Twitter trends. In Soviet Russia, economy grow you.
Must crush capitalism.
I tell you, Prime Minister, what I think is worrying many of us in a way about your democratic system, which is a matter of great
I'll just
admiration.
pause
in
over
this
here
country.
again.
And then
Why are they so worried about India's democracy?
I know. Every question starts with, oh, we are actually very worried about this and that. Yeah.
But like, it's literally like, like it's like we are parents who have left you
Yeah.
and we've abandoned you.
Yeah.
And now we're coming be like, hey, what you're doing with your life? You left, no?
Yeah,
Now let me
exactly.
live my life.
But they must be like, oh, we are the world community who's worried about your welfare. Like that whole developed country English white mentality coming in here. But you're right. Every question is like, oh, we are worried about communism. Oh, we are worried about religious division. Oh, we are worried about this and that.
So what are you doing about allaying our insecurities? It's just that, अरे मेरे आधा बिलियन लोग का country चलाने का है.
Also, तुम लोगों को
problem
भगा है
होते
ना, हमारे worries कम हो गए अभी. तुम
Yeah.
टेंशन मत लो. हम figure out कर रहे हैं.
democratic system, which is a matter of great admiration in this country, and that is that there doesn't seem to be an opposition, that there doesn't seem to be someone playing the leader of the opposition to you.
Again, familiar.
What do you feel, if I may ask an impertinent question, what do you feel will happen if you were to retire? Do you have a successor in Congress? Do you have a successor in the opposition?
This can actually be like that scene, no, where do you have a successor? And then like they immediately cut to like these back shots of like Indira Gandhi coming in.
Yeah, that person who comes in with something on fire, like a whole bunch of things on fire, and goes running away.
वो आ गई.
Yeah. Like even his expression over here is like this freeze frame is him being like, I do, but yaar.
छोटी
Have you
है
been
अभी.
reading? Have you been reading the letters that I've been writing to her?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, he was writing the letters when he was in jail, right?
Yeah.
Right before this, yeah. So, Indira Gandhi कितने एज की होगी इस टाइम पे? 53, 54 में.
20s?
देखे क्या? रुक जा. मैंने डेट देखता है. इंदिरा गांधी 1917 में born हुई थी.
87. So about mid 30s.
36. So, Indira Gandhi was 36 during that time. Interesting. तो हमारे एज की.
Yeah, shit.
Damn, dude. So yeah, she must be watching this and she'll be like,
Yeah.
Now, what do you mean by that there is no opposition? In our parliament, in the House of the People, there are 500 members, while we are 350. The opposition consists of 150. It is true that opposition is split up in 4 or more parties. There is no one major opposition. We haven't
India
got a
Alliance.
two-party system.
India Alliance, yeah.
We can't impose that. It develops or not.
Would you welcome it, Prime Minister?
Yes, on the whole, if there's a big enough party which thinks in terms of office, we'd welcome it. Because
Cut to 2014.
Yeah.
Cut to 2014.
Yeah, इतना भी big party नहीं बनने का था, guys.
नहीं सर, नेहरू सर, आप थोड़ा रील इन कीजिए अभी. थोड़ा सा रील इन कीजिए. हाइंडसाइट थोड़ा सा आप कंट्रोल में रखिए. so crazy, during that time, of course, Congress was the most popular party. Also because people didn't understand what is happening in Parliament, probably because it was very new, right? And Congress was also seen like a coalition also. Like, even though it was like a national party, it was not the national party in the strictest sense of terms, because I think that hadn't really developed the politics that we see today.
I think it became proper national party, or because there were factions of Congress also, no?
Yeah.
Until the second Indira Gandhi term.
Yeah, absolutely. And there were like not just factions, but insane amount of ideological differences within the party. Within their party, if you take like Gandhi as a part of the whole thing also. So there was Gandhi, there was Ambedkar, there were Nehru. All three of them disagreed all the time.
Everything, yeah.
Subhash Chandra Bose was on the side also udhar. Like they were also disagreeing.
वो लोगों का कितना झगड़ा हुआ. Nehru was like, यार मैं 4 दिन जेल चला गया, तू जिन्ना के साथ डील कर दिया, क्या है?
Exactly.
He comes out from jail, he's like, अरे भाई ये क्या हो गया? Plebiscite.
बहुत ही weird time था. But I really like how they asked this question, and he said कि no, there is opposition inside the house and outside on the streets also.
Yeah, which a lot of times people forget कि मतलब इलेक्शन के बाद भी पब्लिक है,
जिंदा है. हाँ, पब्लिक जिंदा है.
कि वोट करने के बाद हम लोग चले नहीं जाते, हम लोग हैं अभी तक.
Exactly. It's like
what half of the. Just on a side note, do you think, because there has been that entire thing that they've been pushing for one nation, one election, one this thing, do you think that would actually be overall better for governance?
No, because I was also thinking about this. So they started floating this idea way back in 2015, right? So because I was following like Parliament, and every president's speech would have this, we are moving towards one nation, one election. So their argument for presenting it was ki paisa bachega, like election commission, etc. ka paisa bachega. But actually, if you think about it, the reason why we have like so many assembly elections spread out is because they are kind of independent from the general elections. So
correct,
internally अगर state में politics की वजह से government गिर गया या नया state government आ गया, so that's why it keeps getting reset into 5 years. So over a period of 75 years, a lot of states have reset one way or the other. What Modi wanted to do was basically, like it's like modem बंद करके चालू करने का system, which is कि reset करो और जो नेहरू के पास था वही मुझे conditions चाहिए अभी. He was like all the assembly elections and all the national together on one day. The problem though is that gives a massive advantage to national parties. So एक तो उनके पास पैसा ज़्यादा है, plus they will be able to campaign nationwide, and also that state and nation में they can have like a unified sort of double engine sarkar narrative, right? But then all the other regional parties immediately get a disadvantage for that. One nation, one election thing was a straight up move to kill regional parties completely and turn it into a two-party system.
Correct. But because the counter usually is that if all political parties all through the year is just preparing ये election जीत गया अभी, ये election करने का अभी, ये election करने का, then where does the actual governance
अरे भाई मैंने थोड़ी बोला है मोदी जी को कि म्युनिसिपल इलेक्शन में जाके तुम कैंपेन करो करके, तू कंट्री संभालना उधर दिल्ली में. मैंने थोड़ी बोला
है. That is the problem. Now the nation, the center gets involved in the state.
अगर तुमको तुम्हारे ड्यूटीज पता होते कि गवर्नमेंट में क्या करना है and what you need to do as a prime minister, you will not bother about why is Yogi Adityanath going from Uttar Pradesh to freaking Hyderabad to fight a municipal election. I do not understand this shit.
Exactly my point.
In Hyderabad, जहाँ पे उसको like कुछ घंटा वोट मिलने वाला है वहाँ पे उसको, योगी आदित्यनाथ ऑफ ऑल पीपल. इन्होंने ना ये नैरेटिव बना के रखा है कि वी आर ऑलवेज इन इलेक्शन मोड. यू डोंट हैव टू बी, नोबडी टोल्ड यू टू बी. भाई काम करो ना, तुम जीत गए ना, 5 साल का तुमको प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनाया ना, तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर का काम करो. यू डोंट हैव टू लाइक फ्लाई टू एवरी स्टेट इलेक्शन एंड वहाँ पे
like कि हर नया जियो कनेक्शन में ऐसे हैंडशेक करने के लिए अंबानी नहीं आता.
ऑल्सो द अदर थिंग दैट दे क्लेवरली ट्राई टू स्पिन इट एज इज देश को जरूरत है इसकी, राइट? नहीं उनको जरूरत है इसकी, राइट? बिकॉज you have perverted the election machinery to such an extent where not only them but the media, for example, which is चलो अभी महाराष्ट्र में elections हो रहा है, अभी होगा, so they will try to turn it into a national election, which is like it is Modi versus Rahul in Maharashtra. No, it isn't, you morons. Modi और Rahul का हो गया.
शारजा कप नहीं है.
Yeah, exactly. Like it should be like Shinde versus Uddhav versus yada yada, right? But मैं मैं बोल रहा हूँ तुझे महाराष्ट्र में यही होगा because now there is like this विकास आघाड़ी confusing nonsense that is happening. So they have like 2-3 parties उधर, तो वो टीवी पे दिखाएंगे ना, तो it will be Modi versus them.
Yeah.
It's not though. It's not. It's like this whole narrative that they want to sell, that national party is the be all and end all.
So yeah, it's always center Modi versus whoever it is in that region. That's eventually what it boils down.
And अगर मोदी जी हार रहे हैं तो जेपी नड्डा आ जाते हैं वहाँ पे.
Correct.
जेपी नड्डा वहीं पे बैठे उसी के लिए बेसिकली कि फोटो आ जाएगा हारते हुए.
Impact sub.
Impact sub.
But it's no impact sub actually. If you're not having enough impact, you send him to take the fall.
See, so far I feel like the audience would agree with us that this dude we can chill with.
Yeah. Full chill. Like I would sit and have one chai or other miscellaneous beverage with him.
Yeah.
What I enjoyed about this, and maybe it just comes from his lack of experience of how television as a medium and how far the reaches of all these things works, is just where there was no deflection, there was no, it's like कि हाँ अभी ये issue है, ये मेरा आपका question है, ये मेरा answer है, and if I'm a little annoyed with you, I will show my annoyance. If I feel your question is fair, then I'll be like become little pensive, introspective, and be like, हाँ actually you're right. ठीक है, सोचना पड़ेगा इसके बारे में.
Yeah, and it's not an ego issue then, like, you know, it's like अच्छा ठीक है, नहीं पता है, मतलब ठीक है. Why are leaders so afraid to admit that they don't know something?
Because the problem is that because then that makes them human, na. But in India, the leader always wants to project themselves as God now. कि God knows everything, na.
Yeah,
why are you questioning God?
Of course. So basically that infallibility also, like the impression that they want to give is that they can't be questioned also. Like answer देना तो छोड़ ही दो, but mistake admit करना छोड़ ही दो. You can't be questioned also, which we will see in a later part of this video also. By the way, there's someone coming, guys. There's someone coming who will give you the full feels उसका.
वो आ गया. देखो वो आ गया.
It was a very vital question, Prime Minister, if you'll forgive me returning to what I asked you just now. You spoke very eloquently of the right of the Indian Prime Minister to express a moral view of what is happening in other countries.
But I said something else. I said, as Prime Minister, I don't. I have to restrain myself. I said, if I'm not Prime Minister, I would do it.
I beg your pardon, but that doesn't lead on to my question. Do you think that within the Commonwealth, that doesn't
cute
lead on...
I said, if I'm not Prime Minister, I would do it.
I beg your pardon.
Look at this face.
That doesn't lead on to my question.
This is also a meme face right here.
You see, when courtesy and drawing room manners are very good, but when a fire is raging, you can't function as if you were in a drawing room. When a grave danger threatens the world, it's not a question of individuals being concerned. When some policy is being pursued which may endanger the whole of Asia and Africa, then it may become a very wrong thing to remain completely silent about it. Though one does.
The guy just dropping a casual quote right here. Yeah. I almost thought that, you know, like when he says that quote, I should put that meme.
You see, when courtesy and drawing room manners are very good, but when a fire is raging, you can't function as if you were in a drawing room.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, sunglasses. No.
But when a fire is raging, you can't function as if you were in a drawing room.
It's very interesting how this applies right now as well. You're very cognizant of drawing room manners, but when the drawing room is on fire, do you really care about it?
And it's again like it's all the like so many issues where you have your Israel Palestine, you have Russia Ukraine right now, and again it's just this constant, just this tactical abstention. As opposed to standing up and saying what is right or wrong. It is also 70 years later, the entire nuclear landscape, everything has changed. So I guess now everybody is just like, देखो भाई तुम लोग करो जो करने का. We will just take the decision that has the least impact on us and we'll let that be on our conscience. Actually, we won't even let it be on our conscience. We won't think about it. We'll be like, ठीक है, मैं UN में अपना वोट देके चला गया. Okay, bye, see you.
हम G7 में मजे करेंगे. So you know the thing is G7 अभी हुआ and Modi ji went for trip because sad the Modi ji, so he needed to clear his head. So of course, thoda sa
Euro trip
karke aate hai. So he went and he was not even invited. Like we are not a part of the G7.
He's like G8 Mitro, I'm here.
G8. So all the handshaking and सब leaders का वगैरह हुआ, जो भी नमस्ते किया मेलोनी जी को, जो भी वो memes बन रहे थे, cringe memes, not going to go there. But what I saw was there was this one clip of him just standing very sadly. I felt really bad for the dude.
Yeah, this is the me partying with my married friends.
And then the next thing that I see is all these leaders, the G7 leaders sitting वहाँ पे Zelensky के साथ in like this round table thing and you know like having like war discussions or something like NATO plus ये whatever. I'm like भाई ये मतलब तुमको थोड़ा exclude नहीं कर रहे वहाँ पे?
Yeah, but again he's not part of the.
He's not. Yeah.
He's not part of it. No,
Yeah.
so like why it would be even weirder if they're having the discussion and they just call it. चल तू आके बस बैठ.
Yeah.
क्या हो रहा है?
War रुकवा दी पापा.
If you apply like Nehru's logic here also, then we are doing okay. I mean, like India has always taken this stand कि नहीं भैया war मत करो.
Yeah.
Like, it's like we friendly with Palestine, we friendly with Israel also.
That quote of his also was quite interesting, of him saying ki if I am the prime minister, there are certain things that I want to say but I cannot say. Again, that's something that modern day politicians also need to be cognizant of. Listen, that you have been put in a position of power and there is a responsibility that you have. And again, I hate it when people equate this thing of, Arey, you are a public figure, you are a comedian, you are whatever, you have a responsibility to say the right thing. I'm like, no, I have no responsibility.
Yeah.
Nobody has voted for me.
Yeah.
Okay, the responsibility is in elective representatives to be careful about what they are saying, to not inflame. I mean, the amount of shit that has been said on both sides in this election, more on one side than the other, of course, about religious things and talking about Muslims a certain way, talking about minorities and castes people a certain way. Like even just like Abhi, I was reading a couple of, there have been multiple of these reports. There's been a cascading of them. I was reading the newspaper of there was MPs in UP, then somewhere else also, I think it was in Nicobar or Andaman as well. These guys actually coming out and being like, कि साला तुम लोग मेरे को वोट नहीं दिया, अभी मैं तेरे लिए काम नहीं करेगा.
तो फिर बोलता हूँ, जनता का जो काम ये पूरा होगा, लेकिन जो लोग हम लोग को वोट दिया नहीं, उसका क्या होगा? सोच लेना भैया.
Yeah. That was in Andaman Nicobar. कि निकोबार ने मुझे वोट नहीं दिया तो तुमको फंड्स ही नहीं मिलेंगे.
And it started with UP. So it started with one of the guys in UP who actually won one of the seats saying, अच्छा यादव and Muslim ने मेरे को वोट नहीं दिया, अभी देख मैं तेरे लिए काम ही करेगा ही. I mean, चलो, even if you अगर तेरे को करना नहीं है,
बोलने की क्या जरूरत है? Exactly. Like you know, subtly तो कुछ भी कर सकता है, मतलब हम क्या ही कर सकते हैं उसमें, but बोलने की क्या जरूरत है? Like ऐसे धमकी दे रहे यार. Like so there are two kinds of responsibilities, right? One, for example, both of us are like public quote unquote figures, right? Which is we have a certain amount of people who are listening to us. There is that responsibility which comes from just basic humanity, I guess. Correct. Which is like, you know, are you a responsible content creator? Which means that are you not causing unnecessary stress to your audience? I mean, I look at it that way. कि मुझे नहीं देना है stress लोगों को. Even if I'm talking about intense things, I try to make it less stressful for people. For example, the reason why I do these reaction videos is because we are talking about serious issues, but it's not really stressful, is it? Then there's the second kind of responsibility, which is the Nehru kind of responsibility, where you have been elected, put in a position, so the responsibility comes from that position of power. That seat that you have has certain attributes which you need to follow, which is what he was saying, that मुझे बोलने का तो बहुत कुछ है, मैं तो रूफटॉप पे जाके भी चिल्ला सकता है, बट बिकॉज आई एम प्राइम मिनिस्टर आई हैव टू कंट्रोल, आई हैव टू बी statesman like.
British American, British Commonwealth American if you like, agreement and concord have a very special value for the defense of our common ideals of democracy, and that that to aim for that has a value of its own, and that it may require sometimes some compromises from our side with policies that we don't see 100% eye to eye with on the other side of the Atlantic.
But Mr. Hodgson, politicians are always compromising. They have to. But there is a tendency, if I may say so, for leading statesmen in Europe and America to look at the world from Europe and America. If we look at the same world with the same principles from, let us say, Delhi or some place or Karachi, well, the world looks slightly different.
You know what will happen if this was Jay Shankar saying it? A reel would be made out of it.
Yeah.
It's like a lal aankh, Jay Shankar ki lal aankh for Westerners, right?
But there is a tendency, if I may say so, for leading statesmen in Europe and America to look at the world from Europe and America.
This is exactly what he's doing. He's like, तुम अपने चड्डी में रहो. Like, you're looking at us with the Western gaze.
But again, so like a lot of this election also can be macroized with people, like a lot of the people in power in BJP and particularly your Modi Shah looking at everything from a very Gujarat-like lens, treating every state like, अरे ये गुजरात में चल गया था तो ये यहाँ पे चलना चाहिए, ये गुजरात में हुआ तो यहाँ पे क्यों नहीं हो रहा. And there were a lot of, I think, prominent people who spoke about this as well, saying that they keep looking and trying to apply a Gujarat model to every state, but you can't, for instance, you can't do this in Tamil Nadu, you can't do this in Kerala. You're not, because it's so culturally different.
Yeah.
And I think that's the point being made here as well. Ki tum log US, UK mein, it's a different world entirely. And again, how disconnected it was. Again, it's just that typical European entitlement. ना कि पहले तो हम लोग को जाके देखना था कि दुनिया में क्या है, इंडिया किधर है. पहले तो गलत देश में पहुंच गए, first of all.
Yeah.
We go searching for all of that. Then we're like, we will run all of this. Then we'll be like, okay, we've left, but why you're doing this? Now you've left, you go away. It's done.
We were worried about your well-being now that we have left. But you know,
इतना worried है तो दे दे कोहिनूर.
Yeah, exactly. हाँ दे दो भाई, अभी भी दे सकते हो. मतलब ये reaction video देख के अब तो shame आना चाहिए आपको. दे दो हमको. Like so, but I like how he just like casually just said, of course we have to compromise. All politicians have to compromise. You know, like this, even this acceptance that politicians have to compromise goes back to what we were saying earlier, which is, you know, like why don't politicians accept their mistakes, right? I don't know if he would have done this in this day and age, to be honest, because TV is a new medium. This is very new for him. So he was, I think, being like very candid about these things.
I think we need a new medium. That's what we need.
ये है ना, हम क्या कर रहे हैं, वही तो कर रहे हैं.
No, to talk to, like, for politicians, we need to throw politicians into a medium that they have no idea what it's about.
I am going to, Azim, I have decided. So I have been doing this agenda thing, okay, which is, मैं ना सोच रहा था as a content creator, मैं issues के बारे में तो बहुत बात करता है, like neat weed के बारे में, reels. You also make, you also talk about issues and all. But उसके बाद ना audience आते हैं वैसे कि अच्छा ठीक information मिल गया, अब क्या वोट करने के लिए वेट करें 5 साल बाद. So I have started doing this on live stream. I teach people how to write parliamentary questions and notices and whatever, and you can flood parliament with your issues. That's the idea, right?
Just don't give your questions to members of parliament. वो उससे थोड़ा directly से थोड़ा
नहीं directly देना है, directly
नहीं मतलब you shouldn't take their login details and ask the question
वैसे
yourself.
of course the Mahua Moitra thing. No, that's why we are doing it so openly. ऐसे कोई toolkit वगैरह बोल दिया तो बोला कि मैं तो live stream पे कर रहा है बे, जाके देख तू भी सीख. लाइक तो मेरा तोड़ वही है कि इतना ट्रांसपेरेंट हो जाएंगे हम कि सीक्रेट नहीं. आई एम ऑल्सो ट्राइंग टू गो एंड गेट मीटिंग्स विद ऑल दीज न्यूली इलेक्टेड एमपीज, right? And I've met a few and they're very open to collaborating and doing these things, etc. तो मैंने 2 लोगों को पूछा भी कि will you come on live stream? Or will you do a reaction video with? So one of them has agreed to do it. So I was like, that's what we need, like politicians coming to like different mediums and trying to experiment and all. Nehru interview, अभी जो हम देख रहे हैं BBC का new medium, maybe 75 years later, people will be watching that interview कि क्या
क्या ये reactions क्या अच्छा देता है यार ने. Such good meme game.
Reactions.
To England at any time you come and any time you wish to address us again on television.
I love how they are telling him you are welcome to come back anytime. I'm like, bastard, what you mean you are welcome to come back? Just the irony of them being कि अभी जाओ but वापस आना है तो हाँ आ जाओ.
Address our country sometime again.
To address us again on television.
Address us again.
Thank you.
Thank you. I haven't found this last half hour quite so bad as I expected it to be. In fact, it has passed rather rapidly. I was surprised that it was over. Perhaps because your questions were interesting and I got involved in them. Anyhow, it has been a pleasant time and I thank you for it. And I wish those who may listen to this later on good night.
It's like he's talking to us directly. It was so creepy when I saw this. Did you feel that as well?
Right? Yeah. It's just like him being like, what am I supposed to say? How do I end this?
That's true. It's like two people who are watching later.
Yeah.
Which is looking directly into my eyes right now.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think even he imagined that there would be people watching this much later, as late as we are watching, like 75 years later.
Yeah, 2024.
Like, can you imagine telling him कि this point कि देखो 50 years later, people might be watching this in the morning. So your good night won't make sense only. You have blown his mind entirely.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah. This was one of the things that Abhinandan had told me, कि, good morning या good evening बोलना avoid करो because people will be watching it at any time. And that is like now a default, like it's just like we do hello, hi, whatever. We never say, oh, thank you for watching and good night.
Yeah.
वो नहीं करते हम. Nehru would enjoy this time. We move on to the next dictator. Sorry, next leader. Next leader. Oops. And now it is time to look at the other person who is the daughter of the first person and is completely, how do I put it? Azim will help me here.
Rhaenyra the Cruel.
Rhaenyra the Cruel, okay.
Sorry, I just watched episode 2 of House of the Dragon. That's what it's called.
I have no idea what you just said, but I will go with it.
It's very, there are huge parallels that you can draw. So have you watched House of the Dragon at all? Or
No, I haven't. No.
Lord of the Rings, I'm saying Game of Thrones.
I've seen Game of Thrones. I haven't seen the new one.
This is like the prequel. So it's like where all the lore of the original Game of Thrones comes from. Now we're in that. And there is a King Viserys who was the very balanced, everything must be done right and we will govern properly and we will take into account the sentiments of the people. How we were taught now in history, the golden age of Akbar.
Yeah.
Where they said कि इसका 50 साल तो एकदम मस्त चला. So it's like he was that king. And then there is full succession battle of who it's going to be, and then the daughter comes in and gets power, and then interesting things happen. Obviously, I don't want to spoil the show. So, and it's just like how Targaryens में ऐसा every second Targaryen थोड़ा पागल निकलता है.
हाँ.
वही है.
I was drawing parallels with Mirzapur. So like there is like what Akhandanand, who is like very smart, he's very practical, he's very and there is Munna who's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and it's just like, I think it's very nice because we've seen like a good 15-20 minutes of like Jawaharlal Nehru speaking, and then just the difference in demeanor that you see in these first couple of minutes is so stark. Oh, we're giving 1.5 hours of free marketing to Puneet Panya stand-up.
That's true.
Advance payment. Speaking of advance payment, guys, if you enjoy this video, please send super thanks.
Puneet Panya का show भी देख लेना, guys, side में.
I love just see the company that Puneet Panya. Just scroll down, see the company that Puneet Panya is in. You've got Rajiv Gandhi, Ambedkar, Vajpayee, Indira Gandhi, Shashi Tharoor,
and then a DJ set by Ben Bowman.
That is internet in a nutshell. What an algorithm. Where did it think of putting DJ set in all of this? If you need a break from all this intense, here's some lo-fi chill beats.
And then ऊपर Indira Gandhi चल रहा है.
Mrs. Gandhi, can you imagine any circumstances in which you might once again become Prime Minister of India?
I can certainly imagine the circumstances, but the question is whether I want to be or whether I'll agree to be or not.
What would be the terms under which you would agree to be?
No, it's not a question of terms. I don't want to be.
You often talk...
in politics, you can't make a very categorical answer. I didn't want to be in Parliament, and I told everybody I wouldn't stand, but here I am.
like this is a thing that keeps happening with the Gandhi family, na? Like after a resounding defeat, they're like, "मेरे को नहीं करने का है."
हाँ, मेरे को नहीं करेगा, exactly.
And then the entire party, अरे sir, आप नहीं करोगे तो क्या होगा? पार्टी नहीं चलेगा, आपका नाम से तो चल रहा है पार्टी. They're like, अच्छा ठीक है, नहीं करेगा, देखो तुम्हारा फिर घर वर रेंट वेंट भरना मुश्किल हो जाएगा.
Yeah. So like Rahul Gandhi's life can be divided into many places now. There is a pre-Bharat Jodo Yatra and post-Bharat Jodo Yatra. So pre-Bharat Jodo Yatra, his pappufication phase, as we call it, right? मेरा एक theory चल रहा था तब, right? That Rahul Gandhi, when he says that I don't want to be in a position of power, he genuinely meant it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I feel like he was like, मुझे ना normal जिंदगी जीना है. Also because trauma. Grandmother got shot, father got blown into pieces, could not even cremate. A horrifying trauma. It's like, why would a kid want to go into politics
Personal
after
character assassination.
Also,
On top of
exactly.
that.
Also personal character assassination. So मेरा वही theory था कि man genuinely was like, मुझे please थोड़ा सा कोने में, let me go and disappear somewhere in the world,
like,
please.
मैं थोड़ा, he's like, let me go for a walk and come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Walk turned out to be very long.
Yeah, and wasn't there a story? I don't know how confirmed this is, but apparently he was shipped out of India later after I think his father's death to study further, and he was called Rahul Vinci then, like after his mother's maiden name or something.
Yes.
So man was genuinely trying to disappear during that time. So ये हुआ, and then like the party people basically were like, नहीं sir, आपको तो बनना ही पड़ेगा, कैसे चलेगा, सोनिया गांधी की legacy आगे कौन बढ़ाएगा. So Rahul Gandhi comes up with this plan कि listen, the only way to get out of this is to be extremely incompetent. So he lost 2012 elections, 2014 elections, then 2017 UP elections. Then I think with every
He's like, मेरे को निकलने ही नहीं देते ये लोग.
Exactly, with successive he would literally after every defeat he would go do like a giant press conference and say, I take full responsibility, I'm really sorry, I will think about this. And then I think after going out of the conference room he'll think अभी निकालेंगे.
It's like a comedy sketch, no? It's like, and then they come back, be like, sir, पर ये एक constituency में लोग पागल हो गए, sir, too good. Now you have to go. Now Wayanad, sir, Wayanad is the future.
सर याद है जो आपने वो चौथी रैली की थी, कितना लोग आए था वहां पे, तो सोचिए उसके बारे में सर. So he does this, loses, right? And 2019 was like a big slip on their face, right? Which is like, अब तो गया, मतलब nationally party खत्म हो गया अब. फिर भी these people were like, nice sir, Rahul sir, please sir, आ जाइए sir. I was like, so I think
he got himself disqualified from parliament also. देखो अभी मैं MP बन भी नहीं सकता, चलो.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, अब तो हो गया. No. So like, I think pre-Bharat Jodo Yatra phase was when he was genuinely trying to be like, please call me incompetent and let me go. But then after a point he realized कि कोई जाने नहीं देने वाला उसको. Like even if he wants to, nobody will let him. So might as well do it now. So now Bharat Jodo Yatra was when he was like, करके देखते हैं क्या होगा, चलो आगे बढ़ो.
Let's keep walking and see where we reach. Kashmir से निकला तो कन्याकुमारी आ ही जाएगा at some point.
Because honestly, it takes a special kind of crazy to walk from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. Okay, like it does. I mean, sure, he has all the resources and whatever, but it still takes a special kind of crazy to do it, which worked out for him. I feel like he completely changed his image.
For sure, it's like accepting family business, you know. Like how you rebel against कि नहीं मुझे तो मेरा खुद का career बनाने का है. Then you go like खुद का career बन रहा नहीं है, economy down है. Like चलो ठीक है यार.
अब तो कर ही लेते हैं. And it turns out you're really good at it.
That's the worst part.
What made you the figure that you are in their eyes?
It's what I've done for them. It's what they've seen that I've done.
And yet they booted you out in 1977.
Well, I think booted is a strong word. We were defeated, but within less than a month after the defeat, they were coming back to me because there was such a very sustained malicious propaganda that people were taken in by it.
When people like your own parliamentary spokesman describe you as the woman to whom the gods have entrusted the destiny of India, what's your reaction?
I haven't even heard this phrase.
Oh, yes, I was like, what? So during that time, there were some people who were calling her God, non-biological even.
पहले जब तक माँ जिंदा थी, मुझे लगता था कि शायद बायोलॉजिकली मुझे जन्म दिया गया है. मैं कन्विंस हो चुका हूँ कि परमात्मा ने मुझे भेजा. ये ऊर्जा बायोलॉजिकल शरीर से नहीं मिली है.
Interesting.
Any sensible, like older person that I talk to, like, journalists and people, thinkers, philosophers, जो भी है, मतलब like political analysts, authors, वो वही करते हैं. मतलब like पहली बार जब मोदी के बारे में बात करें, I still remember, he's so much like Indira Gandhi, he's so much like, after a point I'm like, नहीं, but ठीक है, parallels तो दिखता है, but is it that stark? If you watch this interview completely, yes, it is that stark. Which makes you think, is there a special kind of megalomaniac that thrives in India?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, which requires you to have these qualities, which is like A, declare yourself as a non-biological godly feature, like, or make other people say it.
And of course, the mistakes have been made, which I think our guy learned from a lot of the mistakes that she made.
I don't think so. Do you think so?
No, I mean, like, as you'll see in the interview, I think one of the key things he realized is that एक दो judge अगर गायब हो जाए तो life थोड़ा आसान हो जाता है.
आसान हो जाता. Oh, of course. Yes, Justice Shah. Yeah. Sorry, dark, but very valid.
Do you ever feel that you have in any way abused the trust that the Indian people have put in you?
Certainly not.
I'd like, obviously, because that's a question directed towards the state of emergency, which you declared in 1975 when you gave yourself very great powers, and you explained, if I'm right, when you wrote to the President requiring the permission to carry out the state of emergency. Information has reached us which indicates that there is an imminent danger to the security of India. What was the precise nature of that danger?
I'm afraid you can't.
Also, hats off to this journalist. I cannot even imagine Modi facing an interview like this. So also hats off to Indira Gandhi for doing this.
Well, Modi has faced an interview like this, right? Where there was this white lady who was interviewing him and he had the entire thing. This is nonsense information. I don't know where you have got this. This is rubbish.
She was asking him what is the biggest learning, and his answer was, I was not able to control the media.
You've been the leader of this state through a very difficult period. Do you think there's anything that you should have done differently?
Yes. The one area where I was very, very weak, and that was how to handle the media.
I was like, holy mother of God, what? And that is the time when Modi ji actually faced interviews. Indira Gandhi is still giving this interview.
So obviously, I think we should also lay context to people who are not aware, younger viewers, that this interview is post the emergency, obviously.
1978, yeah.
1978, after she lost the election, which was what, the 77 or 78 ka
77, yeah, 77.
77 ka election, where she lost the election over there in the wake of the emergency and all the stuff. And again, there's so many parallels, no? Like this imagined threat. कि कुछ तो external threat होने वाला. Obviously over here, I think they perceived grounds for doing it because we had literally come out of a war, and it was very one of those North Korea types, there is external enemy that we have gone to war with and they are planning the downfall. Like even later on, she's going to say things like India would not have survived, which is such a sweep.
Yeah.
India will survive,
yeah,
buddy.
I don't know. You need to think too great of yourself to think that, like, oh, India won't survive without you, or if you were not there in the situation. India is very big. It is too big, I would say. so yeah, 1.4 billion people just don't exist, essay.
But you talked to your people of a deep and widespread conspiracy of which you were sure they were aware. What conspiracy?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Now the whole subcontinent has been destabilized.
But this was internal upheaval. You were warning.
No, it was both. It was supported from outside.
But
it was supported from outside. Toolkit. Soros था क्या तब? देखते तो? George Soros birth August 1930, age 93. था रे? And he was very alive and kicking. Ooh, did we just uncover the...
See, but see, this is what I mean by they learned from her mistakes, where she did entire emergency. They're like, we can just use UAPA.
Yeah. हमको declare करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. Right?
We will declare them terrorists and say.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what you said earlier about these people going out and giving dhamkis to their voters. Na? I think BJP top leadership, it was at least smart, where they're like, hey, emergency, declare करने की क्या जरूरत है? हम तो ऐसे मशीनरी यूज करके ही सब कुछ कंडीशंस ही क्रिएट कर देते हैं वैसे.
That's what it is. You don't always have to say it out loud.
The special powers on the basis of internal upheaval.
No, the question was, had it been only internal with no foreign interference, one could have dealt with it in a much easier way.
But you didn't even mention, you didn't, with respect, Ms. Gandhi, you didn't mention
no,
foreign
why should one
upheaval, you
mention
talked about
everything?
internal.
No, one doesn't mention everything at any time. Why should one?
Could I?
But it's very obvious when people have followed the doings of international agencies and who was present at India at what time.
This is also the CIA's overactive time, no?
Yeah,
Isn't it? Yeah. Also, again, Cold War.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Cold War and in the aftermath of the war that we had with with Pakistan, no? Where again, like the main thing was that the economy was so right now, no?
Yeah, that's true. Bank nationalization वगैरह कर दिया था सब कुछ उसके बाद.
And there was so much emergency also gave them the ability to like just usurp so much property from people. There was that entire land acquisition stuff that was going on as well.
And what is happening today is borne out everything that we suspected earlier.
Can I put to you the findings?
If you notice this one thing, have you played L.A. Noire, the game?
L.A. Noire, no.
So this was a game by Rockstar. It was this investigation, mystery solving kind of game where you're police officers and obviously you look at clues and all. But the crux of the game is, for that time, 10 years ago when it had released, it had this face scanning technology where you had to look at people's body language and see their eyeballs and everything and see how they react after a question to tell if they're guilty or not, or if they're lying or whatever.
Right.
And every time I see her interview, just because I played that game and I found it very fascinating. Every time you see this interview of hers, just the lack of eye contact at all time, it's very interesting and very telling.
Okay, huh?
But
You didn't, with respect, Ms.
Well,
Gandhi, you didn't mention.
No, why
foreign
should one
upheaval, you
mention
talked about
everything?
internal.
No, one doesn't mention everything at any time. Why should one?
Could I?
But it's very
Yeah.
Always there's a lot of shiftiness.
The Shah Commission
and
concluded that
also
the reasons
I
for the
haven't
measures.
ended. I haven't ended at all, because since you're talking about the press, I would like to say something about the press here. A news item came in that the judge who had given his judgment in my election case died, and it was very broadly hinted that I had had him done away with. When the High Commission...
What you were saying earlier. But.
clarified the position that my judge is perfectly hale and hearty, living where he always lives. And a judge of a similar name has died of a much older man has died of a heart attack in another part of the country. Your newspapers did not have the grace even to print that contradiction.
That seems a curious grounds on which to
not,
justify the
I'm not
complete removal of the freedom of the press in India.
I'm very sorry. I'm not justifying.
I love it. He's like, कि मैं judge नहीं मारा, तुम लोग मुझे credit क्यों नहीं दे रहे हो?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Why are you not singing my praises?
Clarification issue करना चाहिए था, whatever. But again, such a same quality. Like, woman clearly does not like the media. It's just so obvious.
If you watch further, I don't know if it's little before or ahead, where it's very telling what she says. Ki we wanted the media muzzled, and he asked why, and they were like, because they were creating an obstruction in our plans.
Yeah.
I'm like, but why do you think they were creating obstruction? There's some reason. No, it must be because your plan sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just showing.
But you don't like the newspapers?
No, I'm not. I'm saying that the newspapers are part of a force which is there to obstruct the social and economic changes which we want to bring about.
And you tried to turn it into a force to support what you were doing?
No, we are not interested in support, but we are interested not having the obstructions.
The evidence, Mrs. Gandhi, shows that during that period, for instance, All India Radio during that period, in 1 month, December 76, had over 2,000 lines reporting government statements, 34 lines recording opposition statements.
I'm afraid you'll find exactly the same in All India Radio today.
Dude, man just described Godi media, right? Yeah. And so I was thinking News Laundry does these, quarterly sort of debate analysis things, right? Where they look at all these channels, they see what are the topics, how much is pro-government and how much is, anti-opposition and Hindu-Muslim, whatever. These figures are startling, right? Which is...
From 1st Feb to 12th April, these anchors have spent the most time attacking opposition. Amish, the Maryada man, has done 25 debates attacking the opposition. Arnab did a mammoth 73 debates attacking India. Sasta Arnab, RSS, did 37 debates which fit this category. Navika ne to 33 debates kari attacking the opposition. Blackboard Sinha did 29 shows just talking about how shitty the opposition is. And finally, Sudhir managed to do 27 shows which were anti-opposition. So a majority of the time, these anchors are just bashing the opposition.
Like some 3 to 4% of debates are actually about asking questions to the government, but the rest of it is either anti-opposition or pro-BJP. Same shit!
I mean, to us, it doesn't matter what the British media says. It's quite irrelevant to India. But it shows that you are divorced from the facts and divorced from what the people are thinking. And if you don't...
Gaslighting.
Oh, literally, you are divorced of facts.
Yeah,
She
you are
says
divorced
to
of
man
facts.
with file filled with facts lying on table.
Vivek Agnihotri will hard relate. No, facts are not facts.
Well, I'd like to ask you about the 20 months of your special powers. There were, I won't need to remind you, I think some 8 million people who were sterilised.
Yeah.
More than 250.
This is not, this is not any, this figure has not been borne out by anybody in any commission.
Just for the audiences who doesn't know, उन्होंने लोगों को ट्रक में भर के clinics में लेके जाके snip कर दिया था so that they cannot reproduce, because during that time these people genuinely started believing that population is the biggest problem that we have and that is why we were not doing well economically. And
Also, and again, yeah, it was her son who was.
Yeah, Sanjay Gandhi. Who was
again, yeah. So again, it's like Targaryen family, you know, where
Yeah.
like there's some craziness is happening in this line at all times.
Yeah. So, you know, comparatively, Modi versus Indira Gandhi, I feel like this was equivalent to demonetization.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Probably more damaging.
Yeah,
than
yeah.
Demonetization.
Yeah, but
Because demonetization was, chalo, it's one fell swoop and then it took like 6, 7, maybe a year of recovery. This was 20 years of just emergency and then the fallout of that borne by future governments where she was like, no, but we to fix the economy. Economy was amazing. That's why this government is doing well now. You gutted the economy for 20 months.
Like lived in complete denial also. Like again, one of the common features of
I don't know if we
authoritarian
skipped
rulers.
it or not, but he was asking ki, Are, you put all these people in jail. Like, she's like, yeah, but just for short time.
Just for short time.
She's actually gone and said, ki, haan, dala, we weren't planning to keep them in jail for so long, but abhi ho gaya. Kya kar sakte hain?
Azim, you're pre-reacting because that will come.
Oh shit, sorry. Pre-action video.
Yeah.
There is evidence to suppose that very large numbers of people were sterilised.
But
It's been it's been alleged that there was widespread compulsion. If there was compulsion at all, for the purposes of argument, what would be your reaction to compulsory sterilisation?
I have expressed myself in government statements as well as privately that I'm not for compulsion.
Records from the time, from the chief
She's not for compulsion, but she's for sterilisation. Yeah.
Secretary of the government of Uttar Pradesh. Government attach highest importance to achievement of family planning targets. Failure to achieve monthly target will result in stoppage of salary, suspension and severest penalties. Other states. All eligible cases for sterilisation in my office and department have been sterilised. Persons who have refused to get themselves sterilised have not been paid their salaries.
This is crazy. This is next level, dude. I'm like, हमारे मोदी जी ने तो बस पीएम केयर्स के लिए पैसा चुराया था. मतलब like कि अरे तुम अगर ऑफिस में काम करना है तो एक पोर्शन पीएम केयर्स के लिए कोविड रिलीफ में दे. मैडम ने तो मतलब अगर तुम स्निप नहीं करवाओगे तो फिर सैलरी नहीं मिलेगा.
Which is the opposite कि तू बच्चा कर ले but बच्चे के लिए पैसा नहीं मिलेगा. बच्चा नहीं करेगा तो तू ऐश कर.
That's true. वो कमा क्यों रहा है because family को support कर रहा है but.
And again she says like we had their consent but also depends on what you told them. Like consent was like कि हाँ तुम ट्रक में बैठो हम लोग जू बीच जा रहे हैं. You're like, okay, yes, I have signed.
The evidence surely, Mrs. Gandhi, that a combination of intimidation, coercion, economic sanction, not giving people licenses, not giving people rights to free education and health and so on, were used by officials throughout India to force people, in effect, to have sterilisation.
Again, don't you see the parallel where in both cases, those who have more children are being given less rights?
That's true. Yeah, it's the same argument.
It's the same
oh
thing.
my god, yeah. But यहाँ पे थोड़ा generally apply कर रहे थे.
Yeah.
Because
Here it was
सभी
just like
बच्चे पैदा
everybody.
Insights. I love this.
Yes, they were.
Those are major, wide-scale excesses then, aren't they?
No, I don't think so. And furthermore, now people realize that if our population goes up...
This is where you can notice the eye movement, what you were saying earlier, right?
Sterilization.
Yes, they were.
I think there's
Those are
times where
major-
she also knows, like, "Ma'am, what am I saying here?" So that's when the eye motion starts.
I feel like, after observing Modi in all these interviews, what I've realized is that the man genuinely believes what he says.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to be, to be that self-confident, you need to also be, as they say, a delulu is the solulu, right? Which is like, you need to be extremely delusional. It's like how Ori does it. Ori is like famous
But there is
for
like
being
full
famous.
self-awareness of what is going on.
But मुझे वो self awareness नहीं दिखाई देता. मुझे लगता है he genuinely believes it. That he's that special non-biological creature that he described. I don't disbelieve if Indira Gandhi also believed that, because same sort of traits.
And furthermore, now people realize that if our population goes up at the rate at which is going, their children won't be alive. They won't have.
What?
They won't have.
If the population rose up, it's because the children are alive.
Are alive, exactly. Like it's circular logic. It's like, what came first, chicken or the egg?
What came first, the child or the population?
Do you accept no responsibility at all?
I have accepted all responsibility because I happen to be head of the government.
But you believe
this doesn't mean-
there was nothing...
No, you see, you cannot be categorical about these things. Certainly mistakes, when you take up any major program, mistakes will take place. But there was a very large force working against us, which was determined to use anything it could against us. And I think that they played a very large part in creating these so-called excesses.
A lot of them...
See, this is the thing, like she's blaming her excesses on the opposition or whoever was standing against her, the dissenters.
And again, it's just this, there was an external force that's trying to destabilize the country. Hashtag टुकड़े gang.
Yeah, तुम लोग मतलब छोटू सा Cuba type country को तो मस्त destabilize कर लोगे whatever, but India में थोड़ा difficult है, to put it mildly.
What has destabilized the country is emergency, is demonetization.
Yeah.
All these things are destabilized, but they're coming from you.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're blaming it on them. कि
Yeah.
नहीं, तुमने black money में deal किया, इसीलिए मेरे को ये करना पड़ रहा है. I'm so like, I'm helping you. I'm fixing your problems.
Them seemed to be in prison. You had tens of thousands in prison. There were endless more forces against you trying to destroy you, Mrs. Gandhi.
The most of the people in prison were smugglers, hoarders, black marketeers,
Not
dacoits.
academics, students, teachers, politicians.
No, they were politicians, but not many academics or students.
Well, the evidence...
Unless-
But chalo,
unless
at least under her government, Umar Khalid would probably not have gone to jail.
नहीं, उसके बाद जो sentence आ रहा है, will assure you.
They were in the Naxalite movement or something like that.
So if you counter her saying no, I know students, हाँ तो वो नक्सल होगा फिर. You just keep adding those identities on top, layering it, dude. But like so crazy, no? Like what all did she use? Smugglers, black money. फिर से एक second.
Black marketers, hoarders,
Black marketeers,
Not
dacoits.
academics, students.
Dacoits.
Destroy you, Mrs. Gandhi.
The most of the people in prison were smugglers, hoarders, black marketers,
Not
dacoits.
academics, students.
Dacoits. These are the four. And then when he says students, it's like Naxals bhi dal do usme.
And again, this is to clarify, these are criminals who were created out of your emergency.
Yes.
It's because they were black marketers and smugglers and hoarders of things that were not available because you imposed emergency.
Yeah, exactly.
So in a way, you have created this criminal.
During that time, this black marketers and hoarders and smugglers used to be such a big thing, because I remember Amitabh Bachchan ke early movies also, which were all about this smuggling racket kar raha hai, bust karne ka hai types. Vibe hai ekdam. 70s vibe.
Students. Well, the evidence...
Unless they were in the Naxalite movement or something like that.
Under what?
You have some, you are accepting without question a particular evidence which has not yet gone to court, which is sub judice. and which we do not accept.
Under what conditions now would you justify imposing a similar state of emergency? Would you do that if you were in charge in India now, where you said there's
Well,
chaos and terrible problems? Would you do it now?
No, because today's chaos is created by the government.
You don't think
It's
they...
quite a different situation. As I said at that time, as you said,
External
it had
forces.
Yeah.
So it's like कि ये government करे तो chaos has been created by government, but जब हम लोग government था तो chaos was created by external forces.
External forces, exactly. Yeah.
Don't
But
rule
it
out
didn't
another
matter.
state of emergency in India.
No, as I'm saying today, there is a state of emergency. It is not legal, it is not constitutional, it doesn't have parliamentary sanction. But in every other way, there is a state of emergency. If just
So wait, so she's saying जब मैंने emergency impose किया था तब emergency नहीं था. Actually, I was fixing everything.
Yeah.
And when now the government is an actual elected government, she's saying that there is a state of emergency now.
Yeah, because the emergency was only there because she was going to lose power. Na? So her
Yeah.
dynamic and understanding of what an emergency is, कि if I am not in power, it's an emergency.
Yeah, but when I'm in power and I impose an emergency, then it's not. It's necessity.
But in fairness, I think again, like this is sort of a little bit of the election that happened after this, or rather the election that had happened while this interview was on, was also so fascinating because again there are parallels to draw to this India alliance, and which is why like a lot of people say that the India alliance should have come to power and all that, but I still think that the outcome we had overall was probably the better outcome, because if you look at the coalition that came in charge after this thing, which was the Janata Party, not the Bharatiya Janata Party,
Yeah.
and all the infighting and ideological differences and stuff that happened. Again, it was literally Morarji Desai. He resigned in 3 years.
Very like instantly only. I think feel like
and
chatak
then
bhar ka prime
could not
minister.
prove majority, and again she came back with full force majority again.
Yeah. So when I was streaming, so like I was streaming for like the entirety. I was doing this debate, which is I do open debates on my channel, which is like I open up a Discord server. Anybody can come and debate with me on particular things. So one thing that I was doing was I had 5 scenarios. One was called the 400 par scenario, which is if you believe that Modi ji is getting 400 par, come here, debate with me about why. The second was what I called the Prashant Kishore scenario, which is the 300 par status quo, right? Then the other one which I was calling was the Yogendra Yadav scenario, which is 272 se niche but 250 ke aspas, right?
Correct.
Then there was another scenario which is like unicorn scenario where India alliance wins. I was arguing that Modi ji will get more than 272 but less than 300, which is like the Yogendra Kishore scenario. तो मैंने सबको average out कर लिया, right? तो मेरा वही था कि people would come in and they would argue either of them. So I got all sorts of people, right? Basically there were like super bhakts who came who were like, Modi ji is a fucking legend, okay, don't say anything, that sort of crowd. And there was the other side also, which was like, India alliance, देखना अब कैसे मस्ती करेंगे, अब देखना ये मोदी जी का तो अंत ही आ गया है type. So मेरा argument वही था कि my ideal scenario is actually the best ideal scenario, because I want a coalition government with Modi ji in power, because I want to see these people humbled a little bit.
Yes.
Like, because there is nothing that teaches democracy better than a coalition government.
100%.
And if there is like this party which is like 10 saal se they have lost any semblance or radar of democracy, it's not like they're going anywhere, right? Might as well give them like a 5-year nice lesson into coalition politics, which is like compromise karna padega, dealing karna padega, whatever. Case in point, today, speaker elections. Since 1948, we haven't had a speaker election. We are about to see one for the first time. Modi ji hasn't learned anything from his loss. He's putting in Om Birla again, the same man who suspended like 100 plus MPs and was extremely partisan and really bad as a speaker. Now basically the opposition is like, acha, main bhi speaker khada karega. So now there's a contest happening. Yes.
Which is great, because there's so much of this legislation has just gone through and got bulldozed because speaker was just like, hey, sorry, no, not in the mood.
Yeah,
and
not
this
in
has
the
been going
mood.
on for like 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely. And itne ghatiya laws pass kiye na, UAPA being one more thing we spoke about. My God. So I feel like these 5 years are going to be great because I want to see these people humbled, honestly. And I say it very openly also. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And also, the one thing that, in fact, oddly enough, the comment that was there reminded me of was like, doesn't she give you full Kangana vibes?
That's true. Now that
And
I
Kangana
think
is
of it.
doing the Indira Gandhi movie also, no?
Oh yeah, she's doing the emergency movie. Oh my god, amazing.
So it's like the most perfect fit.
That's true. That's very true. Maybe some director type person was seeing this interview and like, she reminded me of Kangana. Exactly.
How did they pitch this to her? Like, they were like, we want you to be a prominent Congress person. She's like, no, but this person has shared many hallmarks with one of your favorite politicians.
Oh my god, it's dude, the plot lines are just like insane. Like, we went from like Nehru to Indira to Kangana and now to what is happening in this video. Exploding my brain a little bit.
Mr. Shah says that the people are in fear. You have only to go and walk the streets of Delhi today or Calcutta or any city. And whereas that time only those who were in fear, who were doing something antisocial. But today it is the common citizen, the poor man who's in fear.
What then do you expect the future of India to be, Mrs. Gandhi?
Well, the future of India is for us to decide, and we will fight it out in India. I don't think it's anybody else's business.
You, of course,
same Nehru line, just said it in a very different way.
Yeah.
This is the Jai Shankar way of things.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, तुम तुम्हारा देखो, हमको हमारा देखने दो, तुम. External forces should not bother themselves with our internal matter.
Yeah.
The line that was given to Rihanna.
Yeah, it just shows, just like different parties, different decades, but the things people do for power
I know.
remain the same.
I know. And, when you look at these interviews, you also feel so insignificant in a way, right? Because this has happened before. God.
And just if you think about the fact that the reason why the government after this, the Janata Party government got destabilized was literally because they were like, listen, you can't be BJP and RSS both, pick a side. Because the main leadership, Vajpayee and Advani, left the Janata Party because they were like, no, sorry, we are with RSS. And a lot of people forget also that there was once upon a time Janata Party and Janata Party in brackets secular. Remember your roots always.
Soon going back to face criminal charges on the basis of the Shah Commission's allegations. On the basis of that evidence, I'm obliged to ask you, why would it not serve the interests of truth and justice for you to be found guilty?
Because I'm not guilty.
Bang. Mic drop.
Mic drop. Oh!
Why would it not serve the interests of truth and justice for you to be found guilty?
Because I'm not guilty.
That was a lot of fun. Azim, any closing thoughts?
Oh man, lots, but it's just so fascinating to see just these historical. I mean, the thing is, like, you brought it up and we were like, chalo, let's go watch. It started with us being like, chalo, let's watch this random Jawaharlal Nehru interview, and we were like, let's see where it goes. But that was like very nice, docile, chill.
Yeah.
But then the algorithm served up Indira Gandhi interview to me, and I was like, okay, this is like, it's such a stark contrast.
Yeah. So one thing we can say for sure is that Nehru was not really great at bringing up his daughter, because such stark.
Well, also when you spend a lot of your years in jail,
that's also
little hard.
Did she really read the letters? I wonder now. Like,
clearly not.
Yeah, I'm very okay. But then again, like, as Game of Thrones goes, it goes like Nehru, फिर Indira Gandhi, फिर बीच में Rajiv Gandhi का blip, then Sonia Gandhi, and now Rahul Gandhi. Oh my God, this family, crazy.
But and again, I think it's just like a lot of people will be like, "Arey, tum log Nehru simps, Nehru sympathizers, whatever." But I mean, listen, I think over here we are commenting in isolation on one interview and just his general demeanor in giving an interview.
Yeah.
Obviously, he has also made several huge mistakes in the administration of India.
Yeah.
Which have had long and far-reaching consequences. But it's nice to see it was nice to see that there was a human side, which I wish more politicians in this day and age had.
Correct. And also you have to realize, and that interview actually proves it in a lot of ways, which is like, एक तो 1953 में he had no idea there was a TV. Like, वहाँ से शुरुआत है, right? Basically TV अभी आया है, and he's like, oh, first time. So the second is the man was literally running a very new country which went through a very deadly partition, which had Gandhi throwing tantrums on the side also, and let's not mince our words, he was in a lot of ways. Then there was like these princely states which were going nuts on the side, jo Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was trying to figure out kya karna hai. Then I think Vallabhbhai Patel passed away also right after that, somewhere in the middle. And
then they had that entire, what was that, Privy Purse situation that they had to, like, literally they were like, we will pay you to be in India.
And also on top of that, the United Nations thing is happening, China and iska ye chal raha hai, and also ऊपर से lecture भी मिल रहा है Britishers से कि oh my god, we are so worried about you. It's like,
this is fully like I felt like how I felt like while moving cities, where की carpenter आ रहा है, electrician आ रहा है, pest control आ रहा है, फिर बोल रहा है कि अरे काम क्यों नहीं आया है, अरे भाई और काम हो रहा है, मेरा देश बन रहा है अभी, थोड़ा टाइम दो मुझे.
Exactly. It's like
this is like previous landlord coming now and shouting at me, अरे तू वहाँ पे मेरा पेट खराब क्यों किया? अरे हो गया ना, तू डिपॉजिट दे दिया मेरे को, वापस अभी हो गया.
Thank you so much, Azim. Thank you for doing this. That was really fun. This was a little bit of an experimental thing. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah.
Always happy to watch historical footage.
Yeah. Anything you want to plug? Any shows? Anything else?
Nothing for now. I am working on a couple of news-based live properties. So if you'll probably see me doing some trial shows in your cities, Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Delhi, mostly. And I will have a stand-up special releasing at some point in the next month. So
very nice.
Yes, watch out for that.
Is it going to be on YouTube?
It for the moment will be on YouTube. Yes.
Members only?
Yes.
यही है, यही करना है अब हमको, बस
यही है,
जनता ही हमारी मालिक है. Thank you so much, Azim. Thank you for doing this. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, please do consider liking this video and subscribing and supporting, because जनता मेरी मालिक है, जनता मेरा रेंट भी देता है, जनता मेरा सब कुछ करता है. If you have not really seen anything else on this channel before, and you came because of the wonderful gentleman called Azim Banatwala, then hello. Hi, I do live streams on Monday at 9 p.m. and Friday at 9 p.m. also. Come in, join there. We are doing like open agenda, pro-citizen agenda, and trying to take over parliament in our own little nerdy way. So come join in. We call it the Make Parliament Great Again movement. So please come. Please join in. It will be a lot of fun. It will be a lot of nerding out. It will be a lot of I don't know how to say this, but I've become your official political therapist now, so you better believe it. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video / live stream. Bye bye.